Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco Artsy Sister, and we're continuing with Time Princess, the Princess Sissi story. We left off at 1:15. I knocked on Nene's bedroom door again and again later that night, but received no response. Let Nene calm down, Sissi. Mother, I truly didn't mean to do this. I didn't know. You met the Emperor before, Sissi. I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't know he was the Emperor. The Emperor liking you is a good thing. It's just... That's why the Emperor's mother told me to prepare myself at the start of the ball. The Emperor had already informed her of his decision. Mother, Nene will understand eventually. I'm worried about you now. Your future will be very different than what you imagine. An Emperor has many heavy responsibilities. You will never return to the carefree days of your youth. Go rest easy. The Emperor's mother will summon you tomorrow. Mother sighs softly and leaves, and how can I sleep after all that? When I close my eyes, the Emperor's loving gaze and Nene's sad face flashes through my eyes. At dawn, Nene pushes open my door and comes in, and she's been crying all night, and her eyes are red and swollen, and her voice is hoarse. Are you alright, Nene? I'm sorry it turned out this way. Please forgive me. See, he's the one you spoke of before. Yes, but I didn't know who he was until I saw him at the ball. I studied and practiced so diligently for many years, Sissi, so just so I could be a suitable match. But it turns out love is unreasonable. I know this isn't your fault, but I can't forgive you, not yet. But I will give you my blessing. Nene. I rushed to hug her as tightly as I did when we were children. I'm sorry, Sissi. Maybe we'll be as close as we once were one day. But I can't be generous and considerate sister right now. Nene pushes herself out of my embrace and leaves. No, Nene, I'm going to return her happiness to her. I'm going to see the Emperor. After I change, I grab a yellow and race to the Emperor's study while ignoring everyone's glances. Your Highness, you cannot enter. His Imperial Majesty is in a meeting. Please step aside. I must see the Emperor. I angrily throw open the study doors and run into someone. Oh, this must be the bride the Emperor has selflessly chosen for himself. His Imperial Majesty, you will pay the price for your weakness and incompetence one day. Who is he? Why is he speaking so impertinently to the Emperor? He walks away before I can see his face clearly, and I can tell his elbows drawn from his back. I turn to the Emperor, who is standing in the middle of the study, and he doesn't look angry, but I can sense his wrath. Who was he? Clemens von Metternich, someone formerly imported from Vienna. He was an advisor that Mother invited back from London last year. Clement von Metternich, an extraordinary famous name. I know nothing about politics, but I know that he once established an Austrian golden era. Some say he's the devil, while others say he's the savior of the empire, and he was a policymaker and advocate for conservatism and autocracy. In 1848, Metternich was removed from his position during the unrest and went into exile. I didn't expect him to return, and at the Empress Mother's invitation, perhaps he implemented those strict regulations, and he was so rude to the Emperor, and he must be causing him grief. Are you alright? I'm sorry you had to see that, Sissi. But you will have eventually discovered that I'm not an omnipotent emperor everyone believes I am. I am not even Count Ritter, who can fight only for his beloved. The emperor stands in front of the light and shadows hiding his expression. Also, he's more of a puppet emperor with Metternich calling the shots. My hand trembled slightly, and I feel the urge to reach out and caress his face and to hold his hands and pull him from that gloom. That's not why I'm here. I force myself to swallow my words of concern and I take a small stumbling step back and change the topic. Ida has left. I know, this is my palace after all. She will see her sister before long and the amnesty will soon be officially announced. Thank you, I know that was not an easy decision. As I said before, this isn't just for you, and I plan to make this signal that I am taking the reins of the empire. May forgiveness such as this plant a seed of goodwill in the hearts of the people instead of being seen as a weakness. This is not weak, forgiveness is a sign of true power. I've been arguing with Methodist and Mother for several days now, and I'm exhausted. But I feel better when I speak with you, and you comfort me in times like this. Thank you, Sissi. The Emperor smiled and he stands in the shadow, but his gaze is still bright and steadfast. I didn't come to talk about this. You were caught in a fury, and you came here to talk about Helen, yes? He can always guess what I'm thinking about. Yes, Your Imperial Majesty, I beg you to take back your proposal. Nene is more suited to being Empress. I offer the bruise to the Emperor, but he reaches out a hand and pushes it back to me. His fingers touch the back of my hand, and he grips my hand tightly, and I try to pull my hand away, but he holds on. Suitability is not what's important, but Nene loves you, and this happiness should be hers. She has looked forward to this all her life, and she met you before I did. I failed to make a decision sooner and hurt Helen in the process. But will she be happy if she marries someone who does not love her? And becoming my empress is not necessarily a happy fate. The emperor pulls me closer and presses to his chest, and I can hear his strong, steady heartbeat. Your Imperial Majesty, I. His long, slender fingers somehow move to my lips in burning hot. Please hear what I have to say, Sissi. The Empire is in a time of unprecedented turmoil, and I need someone to weather the storm with me. The nobles war at words, and the incessant celebrations and the rage of the commoners. You will have to bear all these responsibilities with me. I admit that I made a selfish choice, and I dragged you into this mess. The challenge you face is in your guilt, but you're worried that I am bound your future to the Emperor's title. I see a dark future confiding me like a cage in my future, and I stumble back. Do you fear such a future, Sissi? Franz gazes at me intensely as he's trying to read my mind, and I blurt out my true answer. I'm not afraid. I stare at the Emperor, and his eyes look like they're shining with light, and in that moment the cage I see suddenly disappears. And in that moment all I see is him. I'm not afraid as long as I'm with you. I am startled to realize I admitted the love I didn't want to speak out loud, and I shake my head and babble, unable to stop. What I mean is I need not be afraid of, but I can't stand at your side, Nene. Nene won't be afraid. Not everyone can bear the weight of the crown. And will you marry me, Sissi? No, I can't, Your Imperial Majesty. Call me Franz, Sissi, and look at me in the eye when you answer. Do you truly not love me? Franz embraces me gently, and the way our breaths mingle makes my heart shudder. My guilt, my fear, and my love jumble together. How in the world do I respond? Franz, I. The emotions I suppressed for so long burst forth, and my tears fall uncontrollably, but I can no longer refuse. His lips touch my cheek and soft as a snowflake and kiss my tears. And my breath goes quicker and shallow, and I shudder, and my heart softens, and I wish time would freeze at this moment. I love you very much, Sissi, and you are the most precious gift God has ever given me. I don't need you to answer right now, Sissi, but I ask you to listen to the voice inside of you, and then tell me what you truly feel. Will you do that for me? Frank looks at me earnestly, and his eyes affection spill out of his blue eyes. He's straightforward and loving, and it's impossible to refuse him. And I blush and pull him away, and I run out of the study in a panic. I'm sorry, Franz, I can't answer right now. How wonderful it would be if you weren't the emperor. I lean against the wall in the corridor and take a deep breath, and I try to suppress my turbulent emotion. I don't feel like myself. I'm bewildered. Are you alright, Sissy? Artsy Crowley is standing next to me, and his voice is slightly husky. I am, Carl. Thank you for your concern. I finally understand all the baffling things you said. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. My brother asked me to keep it a secret, and he cherished the simple interactions he had with you. And I will soon have you to, and I will soon have to address you as your Imperial Majesty. This is all happening too fast, Carl. I'm not ready. Are you not ready to marry the Emperor, or are you not ready to marry Count Wizard? I wish it wasn't the Emperor. I wish it wasn't the person who Nene loves. I fought with my brother in destiny, and as usual, I lost. I felt indignant at the time because I didn't think he would actually choose you, and I thought he would choose political benefit over love. Only last night did I realize I had truly lost. I am certain you will find your soulmate, Carl. Don't worry about me. The noble ladies have already lost one precious partner, and they can afford to lose me as well. We will meet again in Vienna, Sissy. Archduke Carl smiles as playfully as he did when we were children, and he kisses the back of my hand slightly and leaves in a grand style. It's been a short day, but my life has turned completely upside down. Ida, Nene, and Carl, and they all said goodbye to me in their own way, and I stepped into a new world. Who's there? A pair of eyes stares at me from the shadow in the corner, and I call out, and the shadow runs across the end of the corridor, and I race after it. Freeze! I hear the Archduke's office cold, majestic voice from the corner in the corridor, and I stop in my tracks. The shadow disappears in the stairway. Who was that? Who was watching me? Whether working for the Empress Mother or someone else, is that what my life would be like? I follow the Empress Mother into the gardens of the Summer Palace, and her eyebrows are plucked in a scowl, and she looks furious. How can you run about in the palace so carelessly, and I have no idea what France sees in you? You are rude, stubborn, childish, and impulsive, and you lack the charm and meekness a woman should possess. You are unsuited to be an empress. I never wanted to be empress. I wanted to ask the emperor to withdraw his proposal. Do you think his proposal is a game? Have you any idea how jealous every woman in Austria was of you last night? You are poised to marry the richest, most powerful man in the empire. They envy you. I don't care about money, fame, or power. Now that's well then again she does have money, so I guess she has like something to fall on. But like if little Cinderella, yeah, Cinderella didn't hesitate to marry a prince. The only thing I care about is love. When it comes to the Empress marriage, love is merely the icing on the cake. This is the first time Fran has disobeyed me, and for a childish girl like you, it's absurd. It's not absurd. The Emperor chose me because he loves me, and all of the frustration and panic I endure is because I love him too. I am surprised by the words spilling from my mouth. I am saying all of this off the top of my head, and does that mean I already know my answer? The Empress Mother stares at me with intense scrutinizing gaze. You must accept France since he chose you. From now on, you must serve the Empire and the Emperor. Your Grace, and you speak of restricting my personal freedom. The Emperor and I should be equals when making choices about who we love. And after I give his proposal a serious consideration, I will give the Emperor a formal answer. Ridiculous, it seems you're the one who instilled these absurd ideas in Fran's head, and that is why he's disobeying me. Do you start to consider the Emperor's feelings when you gave your orders? Your actions may have been well-intentioned, but they also restrict the Emperor's freedom. Personal freedom means nothing to the Empire, and that goes for the Emperor's freedom, too. The last light of the day falls on Archduchess Sophie caught her face, and then the sun disappears and the sky fades to a pale twilight. But you at least care for the Emperor, so I accept you, reluctantly. To see you just stop being a child and now you become the Empress, and the result makes my heart pound. You must obey my instructions and learn the Empire's history, and most importantly, you must be humble and obedient. Do you understand? The Emperor's mother's gaze is fixed on me, and she waits in silence for my reply. I I don't think an empress should be humble and obedient. Oh, and how do you think she should be? Well, the empress is neither humble nor obedient. She's a little dictator. Just saying. I think she should be determined and willful. If the empire is threatened by an oncoming storm, the empress must be able to weather it alongside the emperor. She should love her people with all her heart, just as the emperor does. And she should be a beacon for the people, someone who illuminates the dark. Aren't you pompous? I raise my chin to meet the Empress mother's icy gaze, and I'm no longer afraid. Moreover, the Empress doesn't just serve the people, she's also the Emperor's wife. She should be his haven from the storm, or an oasis in the desert. She should be his soulmate. What nonsense! The Empress should admire the Emperor, not adore him. And you can forget about interfering in politics. Because of you, the Emperor argued with the advisor to pardon those Hungarians. If those Hungarians are innocent, then it's prudent for the Emperor to pardon them. And how could they possibly be innocent? They insulted the Emperor and threatened the stability of the Empire. The royal family's display of forgiveness may work to stabilize the Empire. But look at all the crimes they've committed. The Emperor's mother angrily flings a newspaper to the ground. This is tomorrow's edition of the Vienna Daily News. I bend down and pick up the paper, and on the front page is an official announcement. The Emperor has pardoned hundreds of people for their crimes, and a list of names is printed on the page. Melinda Frenesi, Lese Majesty, Janos Kovas, and Disturbing the Peace, and Andrasi Guila Treason. The Emperor. Every person listed here can finally return to their home. I believe the people will love the Emperor more for his compassion. That's ridiculous. The world will mock the Emperor for this, and it will make the royal family look weak and incompetent. Now that these people have been pardoned, they'll act more brazenly, and they'll try to overthrow the royal family and destroy the empire. But it is sustainable for an empire to only remain standing by prosecuting its people. Well, it worked for certain countries all throughout the world. The same. The people have been praying for a fair, enlightened emperor for a long time, and his imperial majesty's action may bring about a new era. I'm warning you for the last time. It is imperative for an empress to be cautious with her words and action. If you truly wish to be a worthy empress, you must abandon your dangerous ideas of equality. The empress mother lives in a rage, and I read the announcement several more times and then put the newspaper in my pocket. It appears my seemingly insignificant words and actions can change the world. If I stay by the Emperor's side, maybe I can ease his loneliness and help the people too. But this will be a heavy responsibility. From now on, I won't be able to live accordingly to my whims. When I realized my concern was not just about Nene, I jotted for my vision of a happy future with the Emperor. Run away, sissi. The voice in my head has returned, stirring my fears, but eventually I made my decision. No, I can't run away. The sky is gray and dark clouds are gathering. It looks like it's starting to rain at any moment. And I walk quickly towards my quarter, but notice footsteps following me. Someone has been following me. I found him more quicker, and the footsteps behind me also speed up. I jerk to a stop and turn around, and the person runs right into me. It's a maid with a remarkable feature, and she seems startled and looks a bit uneasy. I'm here to deliver a message. Then why do you keep following me? Sorry, I couldn't find an opportunity to give it to you. I didn't know what else to do. The maid gives me the letter. Sissi, when you receive this letter, please come to the pine forest outside the summer palace alone, and I need your help urgently, and I'll wait for you. Your friend Ida. Did I not see her companions? And do you know who you're delivering this letter for? Yes, for your former study companion. And I met her outside the palace today, and she was being very agitated and begged me to bring you this letter. And she also gave me some jewelry. And please forgive my greediness, and prices have gone up this year, and my family doesn't have enough money for food. The maid blushes with embarrassment, and I carefully read the letter again to make certain it's truly Ida's handwriting. Wow, so like, even a maid that works in like the royal palace can afford nice seeing like food. Ida's such a proud person, and something seriously must have happened, and I better hurry. My friend has an emergency, I must go to her alone. But there are so many people in the palace now, and I'll watch my every move. The maid seems to sense my hesitation and offers a solution. I can distract the attendants for you, you won't be noticed. Thank you. Your Highness is thanking me. You've taken a risk to deliver this message to me, and I should be thanking you. The maid blushes again. It's getting late, and you better go. Yes, my friend is waiting for me. I walk quickly towards the path in the garden, and when the maid distracts my attendants, I scramble over the lower wall and set off into the pine forest. Moonlight casts a silent glow over the pine forest, and as the light breeze blows, the rustling stirs are fierce in me. And I race to the woods and to see someone in green camping beside the campfire. Ida. Sissi, you're here. How did you get here so quickly? Ida's expression is complicated and I can't read her. You sent me a letter, Ida. Of course I came. But you're going to become Empress, and why do you still care about my letters? It's a long story. But no matter who or what I am, you'll always be my friend, Ida. But, what's the matter, Ida? Why do you look so awful? Are you in trouble? I'm sorry, Sissi. I feel a dull pain in the back of my head and I fall to the ground. Sissi. Several people walk towards me from the shadow and they circle around me and murmur. If we hold her hostage, the Emperor will give in, right? Who knows? According to our informant, she was chosen by the Emperor in front of everyone against the Empress's mother's wishes. And who can tell if the devil or even cares about his so-called beloved? I said we assassinate the Emperor and take our revenge. And what are they talking about, and what are they going to do? Why would Ida do this to me? France, France. My head aches and I slowly close my eyes and endless darkness engulfs everything. Sometime later, I tiredly open my eyes and find myself lying on a soft haze surrounded by darkness. This looks like a barn. Is anyone there? Ida. I call out and the barn door slowly opens and Ada enters with another woman. Ida, what's going on? Why did you attack me? I think you already know, Sissi. I said I tried to lure you and order someone to attack you. Why are you doing this, Ida? What in the world has happened? Don't forget we're enemies to begin with, Sissi. It was you who trusted me too much. You have to run with us and change into some clothes that are easy to walk in. Ida stands beside me and holding clothes in her hand, and just like it was before, but now she looks cold and distant. Harry. The other woman looks up, but she tries her best to put on her fiercer expression. I don't know what they're up to, but I had no choice. I just have to take things one step at a time. Expressionless at the false clothes I was wearing and hands to the woman beside her. Send it to them when the sun is up, and we should still make it in time. Wait, Ada, what in the world are you doing? Are you taking me hostage, and what are you going to do to the Emperor? Thinking of the conversation I heard before losing conscience, I start feeling anxious. Ada, you met the Emperor before. He was Count Ritter. Don't you remember how in Destra he reclaimed your pistol and brought you Kaiserschanz for the children in the alley? It was him? No wonder he shows you. Ida's gaze trembles and she makes as if to speak and then hesitates. And the Emperor is also planning to declare amnesty. Enough, we won't fall for this again, and our hopes have been dashed again and again. Don't speak to her anymore, Ida. Don't forget she's our enemy. Think of the torment our people have suffered in prison. Please don't talk anymore, Sissi. I don't want to hurt you. And we won't hurt you. Stay here for the night, and tomorrow we'll talk about everything else. Ida and the woman leave, and the barn door slams shut. Ida, what in the world are you going to do? Has our friendship really ended like this? There's still a dull pain in the back of my head, and through the gap in the doorway, I faintly hear the conversation between the young man and a young woman outside. After the time spent shouting Hungarian with Ida, I understand every word they say. When our nails will the count and John return, and I want to hear news of Melinda and the others so badly. We done this secretly without informing the count, and will he be angry when he learns of it? And we've been forced to do this. This is all that horrible tyrant's fault. And how did they plan to secretly execute our people, and thank God John was hiding in Paris for so long and heard this news. Secret executions, what are they talking about? I don't understand how the Khan is still determined to make peace negotiations when things have come to this. The Khan has never wanted us to make unnecessary sacrifices. That is why it's important for us to be prepared for anything. This girl is the best hostage. But I just can't shake the feeling that we're doing something bad. And when the girl heard something happened to Ida, she snuck out right away, and I think she's a good person. The Khan always told us to look after our long-term interests and not to be overwhelmed by a moment of hatred. Stop it, Gisela, and we've been labeled as villains since the day we became refugees. But I don't want to be a villain. Huska, I want to go home so badly. I miss the plains. We'll go back, Gisela. The man hums a song in a hoarse voice, and the tone is low and melodic but touching. That's the song of homesickness that Ida sung. And they're just ordinary people, and why have they become villains? The indignation I feel from being betrayed is gradually replaced by endless sorrow, and I bang on the wooden door and cry out, "Listen to me, the Emperor's not a tyrant. We must speak with each other calmly." No one pays attention to any of my cries, and the man's humming gradually ceases. Exhausted, I collapse weakly on the pile of hay and sink into unconsciousness once more. Sissi. In my days, I see Franz standing some distance away, I smiling ever so slightly. Sissi, I've been waiting for your answer. Franz. I run towards Franz joyfully, but he stares so slowly away, and his handsome face gradually fading into darkness. Franz, don't go. I miss you so much. And I made up my mind. And suddenly a black shadow lodges, and a dagger pierces Franz's chest, and blood gushes out. And he falls onto his back, still with a smile on his lips, and behind him the palace is burning, and flames dance devilishly in the sky. Franz, no! Screaming, I wake up, and an acrid smell suddenly stings my nose. Flames are licking away at the barn, and thick smoke fills the air, and I grit my teeth against the pane and run to the door. Cub, let me out! I bang frantically on the wooden door, but my only response is a raging fire. Am I going to die here? In my moment of desperation, the door is suddenly flung open, and Ada stumbles in, looking incredibly anxious. Sissi, quick, come with me. Then the fire rages through the wooden beams, and several collapse in front of the doorway, and Ada and I had no other choice but to struggle towards the back door. The flames are spreading wildly, and the barn's back entrance is blocked by the debris, and Ada walks ahead to clear the way for me. As I watched Ada push open the barn door, I suddenly noticed a shiny piece of metal on the ground nearby. Ada must have accidentally dropped her pistol when she rushed in to save me. Sissi, come, I opened the door. Amidst the thick smoke, Ada calls to me anxiously. In a critical moment, I decide to look at the pistol. This is the only thing Ada has of her that Ada's father left for her. The spark sees a crackling, and I don't have time to reconsider. I spring for the pistol. When I straighten up, a piece of the wooden beam crashes to the ground beside me, and I cover my nose with one hand and fly out of the barn. Sissi, are you alright? Why did you suddenly stop just now? The sky is glowing brighter, and we're standing on the path beside the barn, and Ada hugs me tightly, and her eyes are full of tears. Yes, I'm alright, Ada. Look, I'm outside. Here, don't lose it again. I give the pistol to Ada, who stares at me incredulous. Did you stop just to pick my pistol? And how does a fool like you exist in this world? No wonder I can always trick you. Smoke and flames rise in the air, and the gray sky turns bright red. Ada bites her lips, and she seems to make a decision, and her expression becomes fierce again. I don't know who set the fire. It's too dangerous here. We must leave now. I don't want this to happen again. No one is leaving. I hear a chaotic trampling outside and several people emerge from nearby bushes and surround us. Either we were worried you would treat her too kindly and so wanted to get rid of her. We didn't expect you to dash in recklessly. You nearly died with her in the fire. You promised you wouldn't hurt her. Did we not have an agreement and we were only holding 60 hostages to make a deal with the Emperor? Why are you suddenly threatening her life? The Emperor has secretly executed our friends and we want an eye for an eye. No, the Emperor is not that sort of person and he will never kill innocent people. This must be a misunderstanding. The Emperor told me he's going to use the occasion of our engagement to declare amnesty. You may defend your Emperor in the afterlife. The fire gleams brightly in their furious faces, and step by step they approach us ruthlessly. And bang, Ada fires at the sky, and the gunshot pierces the dawn, and a sound that shocks the soul. What are you talking about? And didn't they say the execution will not occur for another week? Not to mention Sissi is innocent, and she has always treated me very well. You've been tricked, Ida. A young man with a scar over his eye walks in front of the crowd and glares at me viciously. He's the bartender from that pub. John, you're back, and why are you the only one back? And where's the count? And what in the world have you learned? Ida. And we made this decision because we heard news we heard from John. And Melinda and the others, their executions were moved forward and they were secretly executed tonight. There's no need for us to make a deal with the Emperor anymore. Everyone's faces go pale and a fair woman covers her face with her hands and wails in pain. Varga, he was only 20. Sister. Secretly executed. What are they talking about? Ida, please tell me everything. Earlier, John had the Emperor would secretly execute a group of revolutionaries in 1 week. And to verify this news, the Count and John were gathering information, preparing a rescue plan. But they did not return for a long time, so we prepared a backup plan by kidnapping you, and we plan to use you to get my sister and the others back. And Ada grits her teeth desperately, trying to control her pain and anger. Who would have thought they moved one day forward and they hung everyone tonight? And the Count was arrested, but the secret police was spying and I escaped alone. So we're going to kill them all and make them pay. Yeah, make them pay. Our kinfolk are dead and we'll kill her first and then kill the Emperor. Kill her, kill her. Wait, I never heard of the Emperor ordering secret executions of revolutionaries and he was going to declare amnesty. We will not believe your one-sided story. The fire faintly illuminates in the sky and all of them clench their fists and slowly surround us, faces filled with bitter hatred. Stay back. Without any hesitation, Ida stands in front of me, and with trembling hands she raises her pistol and points it at her friend. Everyone, please don't come any closer. Ida, she's our enemy, and I badly want to take revenge too, but Sis is not involved in it, and she has always helped me. And I already lost one sister, I don't want to lose another. That hypocrite was only pitying you, Ida, and you're falling for her lies. If we kill innocent people, what difference is there between us and the tyrant we oppose? Stay back, I won't let you hurt her. Ida is shaking furiously, but she shields me determinedly. I'll protect you, Sissi. Ida. The flames grow higher, twisting in the air like ferocious beasts, and the lights dancing in distorted faces. Did you just say the Emperor will be declaring amnesty? We will never be fooled again by such rhetoric. It's not a rhetoric. The Emperor is truly going to pardon all of you. Do you have any evidence for what you're saying? All of their faces look anxious and yet secretly hopeful. Melinda Fereniz and Janos Cova and Varga Mortis, these are your kin, yes? Voice trembling, and I recite what names I can remember one by one, and from among the people before me freeze. Yes, that is it, and how do you know their names? Because the Emperor has declared amnesty for them, and I saw their names with my own eyes. The evidence is inside the pocket of the clothing I was just changed out, and there's a copy of the Vienna Daily News that will soon be issued. The list of those who will be pardoned is printed on it. You can look through it. The shivering woman who has been holding my clothing quickly digs the newspaper out of the pocket. She takes a look at the front page and instantly bursts into tears. Varga, Varga. The young man standing close by grabs the paper and suddenly taps the shoulder of the girl beside him. Gisela, you can't read these words, can you? And it does show a list of those who will be pardoned. This must be real, yes? Sissy wouldn't lie. And she wasn't all prepared, so she couldn't have forged the paper. Melinda. Melinda's name is there, and I'll see her soon. They pass the paper to each other, and the tension in their eyes loosened, and John's face is the only one growing darker and darker. This could just be a plot of the Emperor's. Hypocritical casting a benevolent image for himself while also secretly executing our people. Done before by her clipped tongue, she's just trying to survive. An emperor of Austria has always tried to kill us, and I've seen the list of execution with my own eyes. This man just keeps trying to stir up people's emotion, and I had to fight back. On our journey to Paris, I was attacked by a group of revolutionaries. They claimed to be of Korsunme and attacking convoys and passersby who came by. Nonsense, it will never hurt the innocent. I did not have witnessed it with our own eyes, but I know this may not be the truth. It's very likely someone's trying to drive a wedge between Austria and Hungary, and he wants the emperor to kill you all. And as for what happened today, it's equally likely someone is giving you false information to cause trouble. Are you accusing me of lying? I don't know if you're lying or not, but there's no reason for the emperor to secretly execute these people. If he wants to intimidate you, he would execute them in public. And why would he make an execution secret? Because he wants to appear benevolent but also rid himself of the threat at the same time. Why would the emperor, who controls a military, need to do something so unnecessary? If you're worried that what you see in the newspaper is fake, you can wait patiently and see what happens. Perhaps tomorrow you will see your loved ones again. And why are you in such a hurry to kill me? What are you afraid of? It's almost done, soldiers may arrive, and naturally we must get rid of any potential trouble as quickly as possible. Think about the royal family has always acted, and the royals are all hypocritical, and why would they pardon us now? I am the one who has fought alongside of you, and why would I deceive you? They slaughtered our people long ago. These people who were hesitant just a moment ago lift their weapons again and slowly come closer to us. Don't come any closer, I won't let you hurt Sissi. Ada, do you truly wish to become our enemy? They are the ones who ordered Melinda's execution, and I met the emperor. He's not as brutal or ignorant as the rumors claim. More importantly, I believe in Sissi, so I believe Melinda is still alive. And it was Melinda who taught me never to hurt an innocent person. And behind us is a sea of fire shielding me. Ada moves backwards step by step. I already tried my best to convince him. Is it true that once the seed of hatred is planted, it can never be removed? I hear a horse galloping through the woods, and the forest rustles and a rider atop a white horse bursts into the open. Count Andrassi. My lord, you're all right. Ada's face brightens immediately, and the young girl is crying with joy, and only John's face pales. You're back. Traitor, you didn't expect to see me alive, did you? Count Andrassi swiftly draws his sword and points straight at John, and he looks both angry and sorrowful. Traitor, and what's going on here? And been suspicions of him ever since Sissi was suddenly caught in that incident at the pub. And would the secret police bother checking such a small pub just because of some groundless rumors? And I thought of his latest discovery felt suspicious too, and that's why I insisted on verifying myself. But he was more audacious than I imagined, and he sold me out to the secret police. And thank God was already worried and managed to escape. However, it did delay me. John, you traitor! And everyone stares at John in disbelief, and his mouth curly, and his scar gives him a menacing air. How very lucky you are. Canandrase ignores John and strides toward me with a look of concern. Elizabeth, why are you here? Because no one else dares to look at the Count, and Ada quickly explains what happened, and the Count shakes his head, scowling. I'm sorry, Elizabeth, and we were reckless, and thank God you are safe and sound. In fact, Ida, the fact that your plan went so smoothly was strange to begin with. And what sort of money could tempt a maid to betray her future empress to Hungarian refugees? Unless she was incited to do so because of another more powerful person. Planting a spy in the emperor's palace would be beyond the means of these exiled Hungarians. And she did look panicked, but I was too anxious to think about it much. I'm sorry, Sissi. It's not your fault either. I gently pat Ida's shoulder and then I turned to look at green-faced John. I believe the person who gave orders to the maid is the same person who bribed you, yes? And all these schemers are clearly designed to drive a wedge between Austria and Hungary, so what in the world are you after? Even if you knew about it, what could you do? Naturally, the person standing behind him is someone who wants a war. John, we were once comrades in arms in the revolution, and why are you doing this now? Because you're always weak and incompetent, always dream about fighting for a rise with peace talks. Our sacrifices have brought no hope, and you can't blame me for switching sides. You want to make peace, I joined it, and there's no difference between us. What you are doing is only fulfilling their political ambitions. But what I want is to achieve through my peace talks are freedom and equality. You're deluding yourself. Those supporting you are the conservative Austrian ministers who are bent on eradicating us, yes? The reason you try everything to cause a dispute is to make the emperor pay for his generosity. I suddenly remember what Metternich said in the study that day and before he left in such a hurry. Is he the true mastermind? All of the emperor now needs is a true leader to maintain the new order. And it's not us, it will be Prussia. Generosity is just another word for weakness, and those who hesitate will ultimately lose. It's done now, and once the emperor receives my letter, I'm certain he'll rush anxiously to the garden. And the show's about to begin, and the war will finally commence, and no one will escape from death. What are you saying? John sneered, and he turns around and rushes into the sea of fire, and the winds of flame engulf him instantly. The emperor. Their other purpose was to use my disappearance to assassinate the emperor. This was not organized by us, and we only wanted to send your clothing to them to get my sister and the others back. They must have other plans in place, and my knees suddenly go weak and Kanadrasin holds me steadily. Don't panic, the conservative ministers are behind it so the emperor will not suffer serious harm. They probably just want to warn the young emperor. After all, they still need the emperor to fulfill their own ambitions. There's a deafening crack of thunder as the lightning tears the sky and it makes my heart tremble. I realize what I have to do. No, I need to go right now. I'm going to see the emperor, and Conandrase, please lend me your horse. My lord, you can't just let her go like that. We can wait until amnesty has taken effect, and then we can let her go, and Melinda and the others have returned. How can you say such thing? Either we've been tricked too many times. My lord, many of us have died in the struggle, and we can't let this end so easily. What if we withdraw amnesty after this incident? Can Andrade please allow me to leave? Everyone is arguing loudly, and Ada clutches my hand and quickly whispers something in my ear. And she's saying she'll distract everyone, and she wants me to grab the horse and leave. This is the fastest way to get out, but it won't resolve the conflict, and it may put Ada in a difficult position. But France is waiting for me. I take the brute France gave me from my pocket and hold it in my hand, and thunder's rumbling overhead, and these moments determine my destiny. I decide to now make a promise and convince the crowd. I can't run away like that. I am no longer just Elizabeth of Bavaria, but the future empress of the empire. I squeeze my brush in my hand and shake my head at Ida, smiling, and then I look at the crowd calmly. Since all of this stems from the Venus manipulation, I promise that if you let me go, I will never hold you accountable. The emperor's pardon will certainly take effect in time as well, and I will personally bring your kinfolk back to you. Varga, I just want him to come home. Can you really bring him back? That is my promise. I calmly look at all of them before my gaze starts at Canandrasi. I admit I'm moved by you, and the offer of honesty has made me believe in the Emperor's sincerity. More importantly, I believe in your sincerity, future Imperial Majesty. Before I send you away, please promise me one thing. What is your request? For a long time, there has been no true communication between Austria and Hungary. No one sees our request as important, and we hope you will stand beside the Emperor and speak for us. And we need a goddess of peace and justice, and please be this person for us, your Imperial Majesty. Khan Andrade places one hand on his chest and gives me a slight bow. I agree with you, and I also appreciate your sincerity and honesty. However, kidnapping a lady as you done is uncivilized, Kanandarasi. Out of the conviction in my heart, I will speak with the Emperor, but I will never compromise on the thread. Equality, justice, freedom, civilization, these are the common goals we share, yes? I express myself in Hungarian, though not fluent, and the crown's eyes widen in surprise. As a show of sincerity, please accept this. The Emperor gave me this brooch to me, and it's a symbol of the royal family. I solemnly hand the brooch with the purple gem to Canandrasi. Beautiful and gorgeous, magnificent, confident, you have all the virtues of an empress. I am sure that soon we will sit down together to discuss this matter, and this also is my gift to you. If you and the Emperor keep your word, and I will have an even more precious gift for you. Canandrasi hands the reins of the white horse to me, and everyone has bowed their heads in silence. Will we see each other again, Sissi? I'm sure we will, Ada, and when we do, I'll see Melinda too. Ada smiles at me, and her eyes are red, and reluctant to leave her, I embrace her gently, and then I go on the horse and ride away. The sky has lightened a little, and thunder trembles like the sound of 1,000 chariots. And a few moments later, rain pours and wind sweeps through the pine forest, and I gallop the horse towards the darkness. The rain pelts my face mercilessly, but I feel no pain, and I know that there's someone anxiously waiting for my return. Perhaps what lies before me is a claustrophobic cave, an abyss of pain, or an endless darkness. But right now, no matter what the storm, I must endure, and I'm determined to spring towards the light in my heart. Peace, peaceful, equal, and openly new world. There will be countless trials and hardships, and I want to stand by his side through them all. Franz, please wait for me. I promise I will weather the storm with you. Ending weather the storm together. Alright, and we finished Princess Sissi. I hope you have fun with me.